Greetings and salutations. So I'm filming this a bit late, but I turned 19 on Friday. It is now Tuesday. I'm sorry. But you'll ask me some questions for me to answer, so I'm gonna do that. Also, I'm in MJ hair and makeup because I was just filming her and I know that my hair is gonna look like shit underneath it, so I figured I'd just film this in the wig, you know, as you do. First question, what are your thoughts on the representation in Ricks and books? I think it depends on the character and the community he is representing. There is some great rep, in my opinion. Nico D'Angelo, for me, was a fantastic fantastic LGBT plus rep. I understand that a lot of people have issues with how he was outed and stuff, which I do as well, but I think over time, Nico has become really, really amazing rep for me. It meant a lot to me when I was reading that as an 11-year-old to see an LGBT plus character as an LGBT plus person. I cannot speak on his representation for people of color. I know there is a lot of controversies around that, but as a white person, I'm in no position to tell you whether or not it's good or bad rep. I think that he is trying to get better at his representation. I don't think a lot of his POC rep has been great. But again, I'm a white person, so I don't want to take away from people who do see themselves in their representation or to criticize representation where, you know, I'm in no place. I'm a fucking dumb white person. I'm in no position to comment on the validity of his POC rap. What's your least favorite Taylor Swift song? They've put in brackets, sorry, this is controversial. You're fine. Look, honestly, it's probably A Perfectly Good Heart. Nothing against it. It's just never been a song that's been my favorite. It's not a song I really listen to, so A Perfectly Good Heart. Someone's asked if I don't like the Kane Chronicles series much because I don't talk about it. I love the Kane Chronicles series. The thing is though, I read it once about 5 years ago, so my memory of it just isn't great. I'm going to reread it as I reread the Percy Jackson series currently. But yeah, I haven't read them for a long time, so honestly my memory is really like hazy of it. Whereas I've read all of the other series quite recently, so I genuinely can't remember the plot of it very well because I read it a long time ago and my memory isn't great. But I love the Kane Chronicles and I'm excited to reread them soon. Samantha asks, who's my favourite Percy Jackson villain? I don't love any of the villains. I think the best villain was Luke. If I can go into like just small villains that we only see a little bit of, probably Cersei. What's your favourite book that not a lot of people you know have read? This is a very popular book, but not a lot of people I know have read it, so I'm still going to use it. My favourite book of all time, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Okay. Is Luke a hero or a villain? Luke is a villain. Fuck you. He literally groomed Annabeth and manipulated like everyone he knew. While I think his bitterness towards the gods was valid, he's a villain. What are some of your biggest fandoms? Evidently Taylor Swift, Percy Jackson, also evidently. Also Marvel, both Marvel Comics and the MCU, especially Spider-Man, obviously. Disney, especially Tangled and like Tangled the series, but all of Disney as a whole. Yeah, it's a yes from me. Star Wars, Harry Potter, even though I hate J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter as itself. It 2017, to be honest with you. I'm not ashamed of my roots. The Owl House, She-Ra, that's probably it. But yeah, they're probably my main ones, but I'm in a fuck ton of fandoms. Any musical recommendations for someone me who really wants to get into them? I think it depends on your music taste. I think a great first musical, it was my first musical, is Wicked. There's a lot of bootlegs for it on YouTube if you want to watch a bootleg. Heathers is also, there's a lot of local productions that were filmed professionally and are on YouTube, or you can watch bootlegs. There are also a lot of bootlegs of Heathers. They're both great starting off points. Hamilton, watch Hamilton on Disney Plus. I think Hamilton is a great musical to step into. Same with Dear Evan Hansen. I think it's probably best to start with something more modern when you're trying to get into musicals. I think Wicked it was my first musical. It's most of my like theatre kid friends' first musical. I think it's just a great way to have like a story most people are familiar with, The Wizard of Oz, and then great music, a really emotional story. It's just fantastic. Wicked is a fantastic show, and yeah, I think Wicked is a great first musical. But if you're looking for something with a pro shot, I'd probably go to Hamilton or Newsies. How many pets do you have? I currently only have my cat and my family's dog. So my cat is Percy Jackson. My dog is Harry Papa. I named both of them, if you can't tell. But I used to also have a budgie who lived for like 13 years, who she passed away on New Year's Day this year. I was very upset. And we've had some other family dogs in the past. Harry had a brother named Hudson, who we had to put down because he had cancer, unfortunately, a few years ago. And we had family dogs called Kaiser and Holly before that as well. We also had various fish. Someone has just thanked me for making them a Swiftie, and I'm not gonna cry, but I really want to cry. Which Taylor Swift song best describes the PJO and Heroes of Olympus ships, including Persebeth, Jasper, Cleo, Frazel, and Selangelo? Oh my god. Persebeth, mine, hands down. A lot of Taylor songs are very Persebeth oriented. I'm gonna make a Spotify playlist of just Taylor Swift songs that I think apply to Persebeth. Keep an eye out for that. Jasper, oh my god. Probably something upbeat and cute, because I feel like that was just their relationship. We didn't really see them develop into anything super deep. So maybe something like Paper Rings for them. Cleo, I don't know, but I have an answer for Calypso and Percy, which is Cardigan. Cleo, I'm not so sure on, probably because I don't really ship Cleo. I'm really sorry. Frazel is also just want something cute. Maybe Jump Then Fall. Selangelo, oh god. Call it what you want. What are your predictions for The Mandalorian Season 2? I honestly don't fucking know. I know that I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that Ahsoka's gonna be in it, which I am so excited for. I am not glad that she's being played by Rosario Dawson, but Ahsoka's one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars, so I'm excited to have her in live action. I hope they do her justice. I don't have many predictions though, I'm just excited. What is your favorite Star Wars movie? Empire Strikes Back is my number 1. The Last Jedi is my number 2. Controversial, I know. It's not on the same level as Empire, but I thought I would just put that out there that The Last Jedi is my second favorite, because if people want to yell at me, fine, yell at me. My opinion is not going to change, but yeah, definitely my number 1 is Empire. 100%. Oh my god, Lee's just... What song will Persebeth be dancing to at the end of Titan's Curse in the PJO series, and why will it be Lover? I mean, you got me there! You got me there! If they don't put fucking Taylor songs in the Disney Plus show, what's the point? What's the point? In your Lightning Thief vlog, you mentioned having a professor that reminded you of Kyron. Thank you for remembering that. What are you studying / want to study? So he was my pop culture studies professor, which was just an elective that I took. I would like to study film. I'm not currently studying at the moment. The courses that I was taking have ended now, and I don't really know where I'm going from here, but if I do go back to studying, it'll either be creative writing or something to do with film. Do you have a dream cast for the PJO series, and if you could play someone, who would it be? Please cast me as a random Athena cabin member, please. I don't have a dream cast for the PJO series because I want them to, for like the kids, I would like them to just cast people who are completely unknown actors in the same vein as Stranger Things. However, I do really want Logan Lerman as Poseidon or Oscar Isaac as Poseidon. I would also love to have the musical cast play gods. Specifically, I want Chris McCarroll to be Apollo. Would you ever want a series about Grover's adventures in the name of Pan? Yes, because I just miss Grover and I just want more Grover content. Give me any series about or including Grover and I will be very happy. Or one of the, like, you know, standalones. Please put Grover in one. Please. Please, Rick. Please do it. What's your favourite and least favourite book by Rick? My favourite is Battle of the Labyrinth. My least favourite is probably The Dark Prophecy. What's your favourite Taylor Swift song? Call it what you want. What's your favourite part about cosplaying Annabeth? There's a lot. Cosplaying Annabeth for me is a very personal thing because I literally grew up wanting to cosplay her. It was my dream as a kid to be an Annabeth cosplayer, genuinely. She's always been my main comfort character along with Peter Parker, and she's always been the character I relate to most in the world. So just being able to get into cosplay and look in the mirror and, you know, I don't picture Annabeth as myself, but be able to see Annabeth in me when I'm in cosplay is an incredible feeling. It makes me feel a lot better about myself and it gives me a lot more confidence and self-acceptance. She's my comfort cosplay. But I think the best part about cosplaying her is being able to embody what she is for other people. That's always been my dream, to be told that I look how people picture Annabeth, or I capture her mannerisms or her expressions, or I just capture her character. There is nothing better you could say to me. That means absolutely everything to me, and to be able to embody that character that is so important to me for other people, especially in terms of her actual personality, is just insane to me. How was your birthday? It wasn't bad, honestly. It wasn't bad. It wasn't my worst birthday. What made you post your first TikTok? I had TikTok for a long time, but I hadn't posted anything. I just would watch other people's TikToks for a long time. And then after I first cosplayed Gwen at a convention, which was almost a year ago now, that was the first time I ever properly cosplayed, I decided that I wanted to keep cosplaying her, and the easiest way for me to do it was to cosplay on TikTok. I was really scared to do it for a long time, and after weeks and weeks of my friends talking me into it, I got into cosplay and I filmed some Gwen drafts, and I went out with my friend and she actually posted it for me because I was too scared. I wanted to keep cosplaying, and I'm very, very uncomfortable doing like cosplay photo shoots and stuff. I'm working on it. Shout out to the Annabeth cosplay I just did, that's up on my Patreon, or some of it is, I still need to edit the rest of it. So the easiest way for me to keep cosplaying was to film TikToks privately in my own home, and it's kind of worked out pretty well for me. What do you think of Bella from Twilight? I love her. Unpopular opinion, I love Bella Swan. I honestly kind of really relate to Bella Swan in the books. In the film, she's a bit blander. That's not on Kristen Stewart, that is absolutely on the directors. I love Bella Swan, particularly in the books. I kind of really love Twilight, and I like Bella. The only character I really hate in Twilight is probably Jacob. Do you like BTS? I do. I'm not super familiar with them, like I'm not a stan, but I've listened to a good chunk of their music and I really like it. I think they're like insanely talented. What advice would you give to teenage girls? I am still a teenage girl. Be unapologetic about who you are is the main piece of advice I could give. That's something I wish I really, really embodied when I was younger. I've started to embody recently in like the past year. I've started to be unapologetic about who I am to the best I can, but I wish that I really started doing that when I was younger. So I think my biggest piece of advice is to be unapologetic about who you are and know your worth. Don't let people walk all over you. Don't let people treat you like shit. You have a voice. It is important that you use it. You deserve romantic partners who treat you with respect and kindness and genuinely show you empathy and care. Please don't settle for less than that. Please don't settle for friends who talk behind your back or make you feel insecure about your interests or your passions. There are the right people out there for you. You've just got to find them. And honestly, even if you can't find them right now, it is better to be alone for a little bit than to have friends who make you feel like crap. Take it from me. Yeah. Just know your worth and be unapologetic about who you are. What character is your least favorite besides all of the villains? I'm going to assume this means in PJO. Probably Jason. I love Jason. I don't dislike Jason at all. I genuinely like his character. He's just a bit bland to me, and I do not love him on the same level as I love the other characters. Favorite song from each Taylor album? Fuck You for Only Giving Me One. Debut, I'm Only Me When I'm With You. Fearless, Forever and Always. Speak Now, Long Live. Red, Begin Again. 1989, Clean. Reputation, Call It What You Want. Lover, Cornelia Street. Folklore, Betty. What's your favourite food that's not common in America? Look, I just fucking love Vegemite. I'm one of those Australians. I fucking fuck with Vegemite. I have it on crumpets, I have it on toast, I have it on sandwiches. I put Vegemite on like everything and like a significant amount. I love Vegemite, so I like Vegemite. What would you say if one of your fans got the part of Luke in PJO's Disney Plus series? I mean, I'd be very happy for you. I'd be very, very happy for you. Because the thing is, I hate Luke, but I think Luke is a really interesting character, and so as an actor, I would be fucking psyched that anyone who I know in the slightest could get to play a character that complex and interesting. I would just make sure, I'd be like, yeah, you understand that I will watch this show and hate you in this show. Love you elsewhere, love your actual personality, but in the show I will hate you, and that's just something you've got to deal with. Have you ever read Twilight? Yes, I love Twilight. Although, fuck Midnight Sun, that was a time. What are some standalone books you like? Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is my number one. Also Daisy Jones and the Six. Anything by Stephen King. I love Stephen King, especially It and Carrie, weirdly. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. God tier. I don't read that many standalones. I generally read series, or at least like duologies or trilogies. I'm trying to think. Red, White and Royal Blue? Oh my god, someone's asked one of my goals for the next 5 years. I don't fucking know. To hopefully still be doing cosplay because I love it more than anything in the world. So hopefully not lose that. Hopefully still be able to have the community that I have. I don't know. Hopefully move out of my family home. Ugh. Could you rank the PJO and Harry Potter books? I'm just going to do the first series of PJO, otherwise that'll get too long. So PJO for me is Belle of the Labyrinth, Last Olympian, Lightning Thief, Titan's Curse, Sea of Monsters. Harry Potter is Goblet of Fire, Deathly Hallows, Prisoner of Azkaban, Philosopher's Stone, Half-Blood Prince, Chamber of Secrets, Order of the Phoenix. I really hope I didn't forget any Harry Potter books there. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? I would want the ability to heal people. Favorite comfort food? Ice cream. What is one thing you hope never changes no matter how many years go by? I hope that this is a weird thing. I hope I'm still a nerd. I was so insecure for so long about the fact that, you know, a lot of my friends who now are very non-nerdy, they don't, you know, care about any of this stuff, they did when they were in middle school. And then they grew out of it, and I think that's a very normal progression to have. And I was really insecure for a long time that I never grew out of it, that I am still obsessed with Marvel and Star Wars and books and Taylor Swift. I never grew out of that, and I was really insecure about that for a long time. But now I really hope that that never changes. I hope that I never lose this passion that I have for these things that I love, and I hope that they're still nerdy. Nerd culture has become a lot more accepted nowadays, which makes it a lot easier to be a nerd. That's why I was so scared of cosplay for so long, because, you know, people used to talk so much shit about cosplayers, whereas now I think it's a lot more accepted as, you know, a positive thing, and about readers and about people who liked Star Wars and comics and stuff. But I feel like it's a lot more accepted now, and I'm grateful to be in this time where pop culture is so much more a part of mainstream culture. Yeah, I hope that I never lose that. On the flip side, what is one thing you're excited to see change? My living situation. What's your favourite ride and vest ship besides Percy? Ooh, Solangelo. No, Fieri Chase. I take it back, it's Fieri Chase and Solangelo. Can you be my big sister? Of course. You are now my little sister. Hi. Your favourite older sister, Ashlee, reminds you there's someone in your corner all the way across the sea. Other than Percy, what is your OTP? I have a lot. Jim and Pam from The Office, Peter and MJ in the MCU, Eugene and Rapunzel, New Dream, Evelyn and Celia, Harley and Ivy, Richie and Eddie. There's a lot. Look, I have a lot, okay? What are your comfort characters? I have a lot. Mainly Peter Parker, Annabeth Chase, Percy Jackson, Harley Quinn. They're my main ones. Oh my god, someone asked what's your favourite aesthetic? What aesthetic do you think fits you best? I wish I knew. Can anyone, this is a weird question, can anyone comment like what aesthetic they think I am? Because I'm obsessed with so many and I don't embody any of them. I love cottagecore a lot. I love like the soft girl a lot. I want to have the aesthetic of like an English major. Well, but I don't really fit into any of them. I wish I knew what my aesthetic was. I don't think I have one, but thank you for this question. I was stupidly excited about it. What's your opinion on the Scream sequels? I think some of them are solid, and like I think Scream 2 and Scream 4 are both, they're not fantastic, but I think they're good sequels. I think they're relatively well made. I think that they both suffered, especially Scream 2, from rewrites and stuff, and I think that they could have been better than what they are if they didn't have that situation. But I think they're both enjoyable, both relatively solid mysteries, got some solid kills in them, good character development for Sydney in both of them. I think Scream 3 is a pile of fucking trash, but it's very fun. It has a Carrie Fisher cameo, and that's what you want. The Scream franchise really has you covered, I think. If you want to watch a fantastic film, like a genuine masterpiece, watch the first Scream. If you want to watch ones that are good, Scream 2 and 4. If you want to watch something that's hot garbage but a lot of fun, Scream 3. They've got you covered, and hopefully Scream 5 is also going to be good. Okay, I've been filming for a while and I don't want this video to get too long, so that's all the questions I'm going to answer. But thank you very, very much to everyone who sent in questions. I really appreciate it. Thank you for caring about my birthday. That's really cool. As usual, all of my socials will be linked below. My link tree will be there with every possible link you could ever want. My Patreon will be linked below if you care about those cosplay photos or just some behind the scenes content, or obviously no pressure if you don't want to do that. But yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. I love you very much, and I'll see you very soon. Mwah!